Okay, so now we have example 6c in section 2.2. This is going to look a lot like the last example. I can scroll and make a little more room there. So again, start with the larger factorial. So the one on top with the plus 1 is larger. So we want to write that out until we get to something that we can cancel, or something on top that's also on bottom. So the fact that we have 2n now doesn't change our problem. We're still starting with the plus 1. So the next term in our factorial would be 2n plus 1 minus 1. So those ones go away. And then our next one would be 2n minus 1. Okay, and we'll stop there. So I'll add the factorial to say that, well, there is more, but we found what we needed in our numerator that matches up with our denominator. Right? Just like that. And then all of that will cancel out, leaving us with just 2n plus 1 multiplied by 2n on top. And we'll multiply that out using our distributive property. And get that 4n squared plus 2n is our final answer there. So that should be very similar to 6b that we just did. Okay, so let's move over to example D. Now, this one might be a little bit deceiving because your inclination might be to say, well, n minus 5 is larger than 3, so we'll start on top. But in this problem, you're comparing minus 5 is actually less than minus 3, so our larger one is in the denominator. So this is the larger factorial. Because when we break n minus 3 out, we'll start with n minus 3. The next is going to be multiplied by n minus 3 minus 1. It would be the next one. So minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4. And we keep going that way, getting successively larger, but in the negative direction. So that will bring us to a n minus 5 and an n minus 5. So they cancel each other out, leaving us with 1 over n minus 3 times n minus 4. Now we're going to have to FOIL that out. So remember, FOIL is our first terms multiplied by our outside terms, multiplied by our inside terms, times our last terms there. So we get 1 over n times n is n squared. And then we have a minus 3n. These are inside terms. Our outside terms will be minus 4n. And then our last terms are going to be minus 3 times minus 4 is plus 12. So that's all equal to 1 over n squared minus 7n plus 12. So a little bit more algebra on that one, but simplifying the factorials does not change.